This is Rusty Glovebox, and we're going to start part 2 of the Banggood hit and miss engine. And I just want to say thanks for the little tips and tricks that maybe some of the others had seen and offered their advice on moving forward into part 2. So anyway, let's get started on this thing and let's see how it goes. Just some of the things that you need to know if you ever get one of these is you're going to have a hard time keeping the ignition system jumping fire to your rocker arm. For me, the way I solved this, I used a piece of vinyl tubing and I had to stretch it to fit over the spark plug wire and the spark plug, and I was able to slide it over there, and when it went back to its normal size, it made a pretty good insulator and crimped the wire directly onto the spark plug. So that's worked about the best of everything that I've tried so far. Something else that I had some problems with is when I was getting the flywheel ready to do the lockout, that little arm would not travel far enough. But now you can see it travels about a third of the width of the little arm now. And that was real easy to adjust. What I was able to do is there's set screws, one here and one 180 degrees around on the other side, and just backed it out and moved the flywheel out some. And then I tested it to see where that arm fell on the lockout. Something interesting, this has like a little Hall effect switch. It has this little wheel right here, the little blue wheel on the crankshaft. It has a magnet on it, and that's a little Hall effect switch, and it goes down to the little ignition box on the inside. Something that is good to do is what I did on this little fuel cap is I drilled a 1/16 hole and I just put like a little cotter pin through the hole. That way it lets just a little bit of air in there to work as a vent. One of the biggest things for me was figuring out what's the correct fuel adjustment. You know, do you screw it in and back it out a turn and a half, or do you just screw it in and barely open it? So that takes a lot of playing with to kind of get it right. But what it seems like right now is about 1/4 to 3/4 turn, and that seems about right for right now. When I kill it, the way I kill it, instead of killing the ignition first, I will shut the fuel off. On my fuel, what I'm using is lantern fuel. Some people use lighter fluid. I'm using lantern fuel with just a little bit of 2-cycle weed eater type oil in the fuel. I opened it to about 3/4. I have the ignition off. I'm going to turn it just a couple of times. Now I've turned the ignition on. Let's see how it goes. So anyway, guys, that's my little Banggood engine, and it took about 3 weeks for it to arrive, so don't give up on it. As always, I do appreciate y'all coming by the shop. This is Rusty Glovebox, and I'm out of here.